The White House will get more new residents than just the president-elect Joe Biden and future First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. They'll also be bringing with them a pair of first dogs.
The Bidens have two German shepherds named Champ and Major, a rescue dog. And it's been a while since pets occupied the White House.
Here to talk about the return of presidential pets is Jennifer Pickens. She is the author of Entertaining at the White House, Decades of Presidential Traditions and Pets at the White House, 50 Years of Presidents and Their Pets. So thank you for joining us tonight. It's good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
So a lot of people think this will be the first rescue first dog, but you say that's actually not the case. Explain.
It's not. Now, President Lyndon Baines Johnson also had a rescue dog. His name was Yuki. His daughter found him in Austin, Texas at a gas station when no one was able to find its owner. His daughter kept the dog and gave it to President Johnson, and it was a favorite of his.
All right, so Jennifer, I know you know your stuff here. Tell us, why do you think the American public always seems to be so fascinated with the White House pets?
The Americans really do have an insatiable appetite for pets at the White House. I think it gives us a way to relate to our presidents. It softens their political image. It's something that just humanizes them. And it's something that we've loved forever. I know the footage y'all are watching of the Kennedys is so famous. They had a pony, Macaroni, that roamed the White House lawn, and people would love to stand outside of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to get a glimpse of the pony, and would actually send its fan mail. And they really have become a great way, too, for first families to connect with the American people. First Lady Barbara Bush had a famed Springer Spaniel named Millie. She was arguably the greatest champion of White House pets. She actually penned her own book that people would buy, and the proceeds went to Mrs. Bush's charity to help with literacy projects. But it gave a way of people seeing inside the White House. And they really have been used by multiple administrations. First Lady Laura Bush, after the tragedy of 9/11, the White House was shut down to tours, and people could not get inside to see it like they used to. So she would use her dogs as a way to have the Barney cam, or she would send out cards. There was a website put up on the dog's behalf that would allow children to get glimpses inside the White House. They really are just something that's always been in the Americans' fascination with the White House.
Yeah, everyone loves dogs and animals, no matter political party, right? What are some of the oddest pets a president has ever had?
Oh, there's so many. I mean, by far, I still think Rebecca and the raccoon. There was two, actually, Rebecca and Reuben during the Coolidge administration. And those, hands down, have got to be some of the oddest and most cherished. Rebecca actually would be spotted oftentimes with the First Lady on a leash. She was at the Easter egg roll sometimes. And so that would probably go down as the most unique for me.
So wait, Jennifer, did the raccoons actually stay in the White House?
They did, and so they had a special cage that were kept, but I mean, she would walk it inside the White House as well on a leash, and children could come up and see it. It was a great pet. And the Coolidges were so known for their pets that people in America sometimes would send them their unwanted pet. They would send it to the White House to go. So I guess technically the Coolidges had some rescue pets there as well.
Wow, absolutely. Okay, so can you tell us, why do we never hear very much about the pets of the vice president?
You know, I do think it depends on which administration. Vice President Cheney had two labs, Jackson and Dave, that were quite famous. They actually would get dressed up at Halloween, and so you would see them often. And I saw you just showed that wonderful image of George W. Bush coming off of Marine One with his dog, Spot. Spot has a very unique place in White House history. Spot was Millie, Barbara Bush's Springer Spaniel we were talking about earlier. Spot was the puppy of Millie. And so when she was born, she went from being born at the White House. She then came to Texas to live with President George W. Bush. And then when he became president, she returned with him. So she is the only pet to live at the White House under two different administrations.
Wow. So the Trump administration is the first time that there hasn't been a pet in the White House in how many years?
You know, people say that's a little bit of a tough call. President Reagan was a huge animal lover, but they did not have a pet for the first administration. So the first 4 years of his presidency, there was no pet living at the White House. So, you know, a couple decades.
All right, Jennifer Pickens, author of Entertaining at the White House, Decades of Presidential Traditions and Pets at the White House, 50 Years of Presidents and Their Pets. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.